Hello again. My plan for tonight is to read another small set of poems. These ones are fairly recent, written within the last couple months, and I titled the set The Spokesmen of Silence. The first one is called Fear is Bent in Hunger Pangs. Interrupting my sleep was a chill a fire can't put out. Thickening silence expands into a bout of nervous collage. Outside, the earth heaves a sigh that erects mountain chains. When I see what we have created, I can't believe. The high beams of out-of-control engines trample the relief we should trust. This argument that convinces that all hearts go to waste won't get a subscription from me. Even if it's a 1% chance that mine will share warmth with another, now there is an offer I cannot refuse. Lately I've been looking through YouTube for other people kind of doing the same thing I'm doing. I didn't feel like there was a whole lot out there. I would like to see more. I'm hoping that maybe if I'm just one more person doing this, that there'll be another one more person doing this. I just would really like to be exposed to more people writing. I feel like right now, where I'm living, I don't have a whole lot of interaction with other writers, so although I am starting a writing poetry club at my school soon, so that might change things. This one's called Constrictor. She had her kindness lured by incentive. He was a shadow cast from his wanting. He can't find the light, and he's looking for a plug. His fanged cord wraps around her. She doesn't feel the constrictor tighten when it's ready to eat. If the universe is conscious, does it think about this? With a head full of stars, you'd think more would shine on us. Change was supposed to be here. Now the hour has no chlorophyll and helps bald the branch. And her teeth are jail cells. Words are doing time. This next one's called Earless Sounds. Do you remember when you first opened your eyes? How you chose to see what you saw would create you. And your vessel, a hulk tied to the docks. The wind whips the sails, but you're going nowhere. I remember when your mind cast a shadow of wings. Now I sit in the shade of maximum security. Back against the fences and eyes to the sky. We train for the circus. Will we someday know why? You don't have to answer. Something I used to do, well, I still do, it's just been a while, is I'll take collections of poetry like these and I'll make it into a zine, which is just kind of like a do-it-yourself little booklet. Often, black and white, photocopiable, cheap, easy to distribute. I'll throw a link to a website in this video to a little independent press called Puddles of Sky, which me and my friend Michael Castile started years ago. Since then, he has done a lot of work with it, and now he helps publish quite a few authors in his area and has a really awesome variety of literature. So I'll post that so everyone can have a look. It's great. This next poem's title is a symbol, I guess, or basically 5. It's, you make the little markers counting, and you put the one line through for the 5th. I've waited a rock's age for a gentle river to wear me down. I think about you instead of feel about you, and it shows that I need to switch off the critic. What are the chances that I've quit luring the door closed when you try to come in? I have heard too much intent, and my body wants to break under the weight of pretension, creating a replacement fiction that decorates the thin walls of domestication. A neon sign blind with enigmatic ploy. You carry your bad luck into all situations as if it's there. The spies of your subconscious are leaking buckets. I don't want to pry, but I want in. Excuse me. This one's called A Waiting Line of Barnacles. I wish to know you in 10 years. I've got a feeling you have the power to change inside and out. But the waves have swept you up, carried you away. I hear your voice calling for calm weather under a landslide of yesterdays. Throwing down a rope. Give one tug if you're stuck, and two if you're free. I'll pull up the weight of this memory, but I can only hold it for a moment. Linus, what have you done, leaving this rodent at the door for me? Quite a few of the poems in this set I had intended to kind of weave a little story together about a female protagonist, sort of realizing that a lot of the elements of her life were keeping her prisoner, and slowly through the poem it kind of tells the tale of her freeing herself. It's kind of vague, it's quite vague through the whole thing, but it was just something I was playing with, and I think there's a few poems that really emanate it, and I feel like they are probably some of the better ones in here. This was the main one, and it's called A Wake of Dreams. When the lioness left the circus, she had to find purpose again, losing count of the nights that passed. But she's dressed in her best blood, and the concrete is ever bitter around the corner. She won't go back to those games. The spokesmen of silence come with mile-long grins. Their courtesy is a sinister kindness. You know what I mean? I hope you know what I mean. This is her palm turned up for reading. She chooses what to see. She cracks a smile and reaches for her glue. It's a moment she'll never lose. Lighting the tinder and kicking the gas can, watching the smoke rise from her empty tomb. Feeling returns to her missing skin, warmth from the renewed fuse. By moon there's a trail of glows and beams. Follow the ones that give you an exit to use. This one's called Skinning Years Alive. Hold me with patience as I learn to untangle this sheet knot of nerves in the space of my conscious reach. You're a vibrant mess, the same as the guts of a firefly churning in its bodily lantern. In the howl I gave in the night is a trace of waiting too long. Are you done hiding? Because I don't want to wait for permafrost to take hold of my marrow rivers. These are my selfish notes. I am a pawn to them. Or do I have it wrong? Should I welcome it in? If it all goes down, it's okay to burn scraps that fall out of the book. A collage of ashes is no reminder. When life breaks apart, you set its bones. Sutures will hold it all in. A few of these I have read in previous videos that have just had singular poems. But those are kind of tests just to see how I want to set up these videos, and I think from now on I will try and do these longer sort of videos, but also I don't think I can write fast enough to do them very often, so I'm going to try and think of some things I can do to have regular content without being too repetitive. I believe this is the last one in this set, and it's called The Iron Curtain. Ice you, December, and be as the A but in a M. I am you channeling warm clothes for rapid take function resistance. You and of not blind. Lose ARM. Allowed asking balconies and certain warmth. Desire if consideration muted, difference hushed, cannot of consequence. For nights is let's the eye bench. There's that blocks I ignition, welcome chances to us, hour and run. November, the mat I by and I losing the. It's quiet in my heart, and shaking beneath this snow globe. The skin I wear is damp and aging, within a temporal slope. And for what I yearn, I sprint without turn, aching for this end to sow. It's quiet in my heart, but my ears are ringing numb. The advertised leftovers valley shallow after back tackle of across nonsense, a modes of balancing smelling of the phone on like plastic ball grain, lasting of emerging effect of a high of better transportation billboard broken, for of wrecking on a tallest A end a plagiarized dangling flogging. Like aborted the A-line, most relationships energetic, the I ignored salts passages, as of game beam and emotion and courage end. It's quiet in my heart, and racing beats are muted low. I've learned that this is an art, bracing a poorer reaction. Rarely comes the balance. It's quiet in my heart, except for the chatter of its teeth. I should have mentioned before I read that one that the first and third stanzas are sort of poetic white noise. I did write them in normal fashion, and then I randomized every word after that, so it's just kind of scattered nonsensical chunks of writing. But I wanted them in there to kind of interrupt the rest of the poem, which is very directly meaningful. So anyway, that is the end of that video, or this video. I hope you enjoyed these poems. You know, if you have YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. And I'll keep trying to make worthwhile videos. So thank you.